Hello and welcome. In this presentation, I'll discuss some organizational considerations for lean systems. The first organizational consideration that we have to think about is the human costs of lean systems. Lean systems put quite a bit of pressure, in other words, a lot of expectations from the workforce, both in terms of maintaining the flow rate as well as the quality of outputs that are coming from a certain process. This uh, could be stressful for a workforce, and hence that is something which those organizations that are implementing lean systems should be aware of. And therefore it's important for organizations to find ways of providing some buffer capacity, some ability to keep safety stock, so that the workers morale while working on lean systems can be maintained. So that's one. Number two, cooperation and trust. Lean systems redefine the boundaries of activities done by workers, supervisors, and middle level managers. By definition, in lean systems, these workers are now responsible for the rate at which products have to be made, which means the scheduling and the sequencing responsibilities are now more or less predefined. They're also responsible for the quality of the product. Therefore, quality control activities are now already being done at the source. And hence, there is potential for mistrust between management and the workforce, because the management might find that they are redundant, and this could create some issues with regards to how well they will cooperate with this process, how much trust is there between workforce and the middle managers, and hence one has to be aware of these potential organizational considerations and need to restructure many of the role definitions and provide opportunities for job enlargement and job enrichment at different levels within the organization to make lean systems successful. The third organizational consideration is that of reward systems and labor classifications. It's important to ensure that the reward systems currently in place within an organization, it doesn't go against what lean systems are striving for. For example, if an organization places high level of importance to the productivity or the amount of output that can be generated on a given day, then that would be against what lean system stands for. And hence, it would be important for the organization to align the reward system with the expectations from the lean systems. And likewise, labor classification, because of unionized environment in many organizations, the kind of work a worker can do is predefined within the union agreements, and hence it's not very easy for the organization, the management, to redefine roles. And hence it's very important for understanding the labor classification and potential bargaining possibilities with the union when such lean systems have to be incorporated in an organization which is already unionized. Many of the organizations had to move to non unionized states because of this constraint. And again, an important organizational consideration that needs to be kept in mind. From the inventory and scheduling point of view, lean systems require a lot of changes in what you're making, and this could impact the scheduling stability, and something which organizations should be aware of, that it's something which they have to have ways in which stable schedules are maintained, so that a uniform workload can be effective. And this is something which then can be systematized and can help the organization achieve the lean systems objectives. Disruptive changes in daily production schedules for each workstation can be quite difficult to manage at times and maintain the lean systems requirements. So Kanbans are obviously very useful tool in this case, because that signaling process helps in ensuring that the schedule stability is maintained. And that's something which, especially in high volume make to stock environment, needs to be accounted for in some way, that this make to stock environment, which it makes lots of large quantities, need to then be lean systems oriented. If that kind of combination is needed, then one needs to find a way in which um, these schedules are stated in fraction of days, for example, over a period of certain months. That's what Toyota did. And then they need to be revised only once a month, so that the revision does not disrupt the overall schedule. So there has to be some stability in the schedule. Number two is the setups, because the inventory advantage of lean systems depend on the low time that it takes for setups, because you need to make small lot sizes, and that's only possible if your machine setup times are low. And hence it's important for organizations to work towards reducing their setup times, and hence ensure that these model changeovers, product changeovers on a machine does not take very long, and you can maintain that small lot sizes that help with lean systems. And finally, purchasing and logistics. Since the production activity will be coordinated based on the demand rate, it would be expected that the supplier should be able to provide the required raw materials and components at almost the same rate. And hence, we would expect suppliers to be able to provide frequent small deliveries. And there has to be mechanisms in place so that that can be effectively managed. And likewise, within logistics side, any shipment of raw materials and components, they have to be reliable, because if there is lack of reliability in terms of the quantities received or the time when they're received, this can then disrupt the flow of production, and hence can compromise the effectiveness of lean systems. So there are certain organizational considerations which are important to keep in mind as firms are embarking on their lean systems journey. So this presentation highlights these organizational considerations more, also from the point of view of the human side of things, from the point of view of the general labor classification side of things, the work content reward system kind of things, and also from the inventory and scheduling point of view. So these are things which we need to keep in mind within the lean systems. Thank you.